Hey, it's your girl Aquifa, and today I wanted to do a more kind of serious video slash topic. I get a lot of questions all the time of how I became a stripper and, just kind of about my job because, as most of y'all know, I am a stripper. And, a lot of y'all just wonder about like how I became a stripper and kind of like what I do exactly, and kind of just curious. So I love y'all, so I did want to answer some of y'all questions. So I was thinking about doing kind of like a parts video. So this first part will kind of be like how I became a stripper, like slash why I became a stripper. Maybe the second part will be like what do I do exactly, how long have I been doing it, stuff like that. And then kind of like other videos like that. So yeah, so I'm very open on what I do, and just kind of informing y'all about what I do. So it kind of basically started when I was 16 years old. Um, I was like, and I made a dumb decision, and I decided to have unprotected sex, and I ended up pregnant. So at 17, I was pregnant, and I had my daughter. As many of y'all know, I do have a 2-year-old daughter. I'm nine. Like I said, I am 19 years old. So I had a 2-year-old daughter. So now I have a 2-year-old daughter. But I was in my junior year of high school, and I had a newborn baby, and um I my education is very important to me. Like many y'all think that I'm stupid because A, I'm a stripper, B, because I talk like this. Um for most of y'all, I did grow up in Chicago, so this is just kind of the way I talk. Like I apologize if I sound stupid for y'all, but this is just the way I talk and how I pronounce things. But I am an educated woman. I did go to school and I did graduate school. I did graduate high school because education is very important to me, and I just felt like I needed to graduate because, you know, I just love my education. It's just something very important to me. So my senior year of high school, it was time to like apply for colleges and stuff. But in my family, we've just had a lot of money issues. Like just my whole life hasn't been really easy. We just had like money issues and stuff like that. So it was very hard for me, like my mother, to pay for college and school like that. I was on like free lunch and stuff like that, like my whole entire life. So pretty much it came down that I probably wouldn't be able to go to college. I did get scholarships. I actually got a really big scholarship to the University of Illinois at Chicago, UIC. Um, but unfortunately, the scholarship just can't cover everything. Like, there's other expenses, food, you have to pay for your dorm. Just, I know it's a lot of help, but over 4 years and even more if I want to go, because I wanted to go in the medical field, because I wanted to be an ultrasound technician, because like I said, I have a daughter, so I'm just really interested in the field. But just going into it, it can be very expensive, and my mother just didn't have the money for that, and I just couldn't save enough for that. So by the time I graduated high school, I was like, what am I going to do? I can go to community college, but how long is that going to last me? What can I really get? I know for what I want to do, how can I get that when I need to go to a university and just, figure out my life, because, education is so important. I think it's one of the most important things in life. So my friend and I were sitting down one day just, talking and stuff. And she goes, if school doesn't work out, why don't we just like become strippers or something, like as a joke. And I was laughing around and stuff like that. But then I got to thinking, like, you always hear stories about how much money strippers make, and, you know, all the stuff that they do, but, you don't really hear that much because it's kind of like a taboo thing. So that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, because it's kind of a taboo thing. You don't really hear people talk about how to be a stripper, and, how it kind of works in the club and what you do and stuff like that. So that's kind of also why I wanted to make this video. But, yeah, so like I was saying, in high school, I did do cheerleading, and like I was on my POMS team, like the dance team. So I did know I'm very flexible, like y'all know. And I was like thinking in my head, like, you know what? Like I might sound stupid, but with what is going on with my life right now, I think that is something that I can honestly consider right now, because um, I don't have money and I want to go to college, and sometimes you just have to sacrifice and do things you don't want to do in order for you to accomplish your dreams. So I got to thinking, I kind of researched it on the internet, and I found out that one of my local clubs in Chicago where I live was hiring strippers. So I was kind of nervous because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I really didn't know like what was gonna happen. So I called them up and was like, "Oh, you guys are like having open auditions, right?" And they were like, "Yeah, you don't really need experience. Just come and we'll tell you like kind of what to do and just kind of show you what's going on." So I'm not gonna say the club that I work at just for privacy issues, but it's a really famous club in Chicago. So yeah. So it's like a really famous club in Chicago that a lot of people go to. Sorry, just somebody came through the door, but yeah, and a lot of famous people go there and stuff like that. It's just one of the biggest clubs in Chicago. If you live in Chicago, you probably know where I'm talking about. But yeah, so I ended up going to the club, and kind of this is what basically happened. So it was a bunch of girls who wanted to, audition, all different body types, all different, looking races and different stuff. So we was all lined up kind of like in this entrance, kind of like we was all lined up. Thank you. We was like all lined up, and we pretty much got numbers. So it was kind of like a real audition. Hold on, let me plug in my computer. Yeah, so it was like a real audition kind of. So we had like numbers and stuff, and I just remember being so nervous and sick to my stomach that like, oh my god, like I'm really about to audition to be a stripper, someone who takes their clothes off and dances for money. And I'm just like, but I need it. I have to do it. Like this is for my dream. I need to earn money, and it's fast money like this. I could have got a regular job, but being a stripper, you really get fast money. So I was like, you know what? You'll just get over the audition. Whatever happens, happens. If you don't get it, then you could just find another job. It's gonna be harder, but stuff happens. So pretty much what we had to do, we had the pole, right? And we just had an open area. We was in our swimsuits, just like regular swimsuits, and pretty much one by one they would tell us like what to do, like a certain type of dance, show our flexibility off, show like what we could do. And some of the girls was really good, and then they would show us kind of like how to climb on the pole and just teach us different stuff. So finally it was my turn. I was dancing and stuff, and but for the audition I did not have to take my clothes off. I just stayed in my bikini the whole time. But yeah, so the audition happened, and they were like, okay, thank you ladies, we'll like hit you up. I mean, pretty much they said, we'll hit you up if you good enough to, work at this club. So I get home, and about a day later, I get a call from the club saying, congratulations, Laquifa, you got the job. So just a rush of different emotions went through me. It was just like, oh my god, like I'm a stripper, like I actually got the job, like I can't believe it. So it was just like a shock, and I was like, you know what, this is what I have to do. I'm gonna suck it up and do it because I need the money, and it won't be that bad. It's just dancing, and it might be a little provocative, but you got to do what you got to do. Like that's just life. So that's pretty much how like I became a stripper and why I became a stripper. So you guys kind of know like the whole story about it. And so this is like the first part. Later on I will do a second part if you guys like this, and stuff like that. But I really do I know there might be some negative comments, but please just, I don't really care about the hate. Like it's not fucking worth it to write a nasty comment. So if you do have something to say, you can say something nice in the comments, or if you have another question, you could just inbox me or something on YouTube. But I really hope y'all enjoy this video, and I will be making other parts like I said, and I really hope this was informational for some of y'all, just to know me better and know about the industry and how sometimes you could become a stripper, because some people just want to do it because they like just to do it, and then some people just want to dance to take their clothes off. or they just need money. So I really hope this was information for y'all, and I really did enjoy, talking about this. It's a deeper subject, but I do like getting connected and stuff like that. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this. So pieces.